they're scared and they're not knowledgeable about it. It's really important. And so I proceeded, I'm going to take you guys to my mailbox because that's what I do when I drive home is I check the mail. So you get to go on a little journey with me. It's super fun, I'm sure. Anyways, so I had that doctor send my results to Dr. Feigenbaum. He also has you do a tracking system, a pain journal is what he calls it. And that pain journal, parking the car, I'm taking my keys, unplugging my phone. That pain journal tracks how you felt before the procedure, how you felt right after the procedure, later after that procedure, and 24 hours, up to 24 hours after it. I did have those good results. He sent it in. I sent in my pain journal separately, and about a week later, I checked in with Dr. Feigenbaum's office to make sure they had it, and they did. Shortly after that, a nurse called to schedule a time for me to meet with Dr. Feigenbaum and go over my test results over the phone. And so I was scheduled for an 8 a.m. call, and my brain at this point is just spinning because I know in my heart I'm a surgical candidate, so I'm looking up everything from what AFLAC is going to cost and how long, like all the stipulations around that, because you don't just get short-term disability insurance, because I probably haven't mentioned this, but the surgery itself takes you out of commission. I don't have a seatbelt. Takes you out of commission. I'm in my neighborhood though, for about 3 months, and then for the nerves to heal and fully reconnect again, if there's no nerve damage, can take up to 3 years for that to happen. So there's a lot of setbacks and progression and setbacks. You take 3 steps forward, 1 ginormous step backwards in that healing journey. And so I'm looking up all of that because I don't know how I'm gonna pay for the surgery and still pay my mortgage at the same time. So that's a big concern of mine. So I started doing all this research, all this extra research around what that's going to look like, how that's going to function. And so it took a long time for me to do that extra research, but I did get to talk to Dr. Feigenbaum for a little bit longer. On the second phone call, he did again confirm you do have symptomatic Tarlov Cysts. I think you're a surgical candidate, and that was awesome to hear because it gave me hope because it's such a rare disease to begin with, and let alone I have a rarer form of it. I asked every question under the sun saying, have you had any fatalities from doing this surgery? What's the worst thing that's happened to someone who has had this surgery? How many of the cervical spine surgeries have you done? It's a little scary. He's only done 50 to about 100 of those surgeries on people's cervical spine, so on their neck. And every doctor I'd talked to before talking to Dr. Feigenbaum said, it's super risky. Dr. Feigenbaum said there's only a 5% risk of damaging nerves and things like that. So he actually, those risks are really small in the grand scheme of things. And so I feel better about going to do surgery. I am currently right now at this stage waiting for a call, hopefully tomorrow, if not early next week, from Peg from his office, and she's supposed to help me figure out insurance stuff, because the big question of mine to Dr. Feigenbaum was, I think I'm going to have to wait to do the surgery for about a year so I can get AFLAC's short-term disability policy. You have to have a year before they pay out for pre-existing conditions, and I have one. So I said that to him, and he's like, why would you wait? This is a disease that erodes bones and gets worse, and you're young, and why live in pain? I even mentioned I'm trying to find ways to get around and out of surgery if I can, saying, well, is there a way you can prescribe, because you're the only expert in this, like a reclining chair so I can work at work more comfortably? And he's like, I have a fix for your cysts, and it's surgery, and they don't go away. Why would you live the rest of your life in a recliner if you don't have to? And I can give you the hope of having a life again. And that kind of hit me hard, because I didn't think of it that way. And so that kind of was a big catalyst for me looking into doing the surgery. And so I am slated to have my talk with Peg, figure that out. At this rate, it's currently March of 2019. This year, I'm supposed to get married to my wonderful fiance in October, and I really don't want to be in that recovery period. It's super selfish of me to do that, but I want to do the things I know I can do now in case something does go wrong. I want to have my wedding for that. So the earliest I would do surgery at this point would be November or December, and if not, April or May of next year, depending on how quickly, if Aflac is my best option, would be going down that route. So I am kind of in a flux right now. My emotions run high and low, to panic, to let me overplan and overanalyze all of this and micromanage everything, from making packing lists for surgery to what I need to buy when I get there before surgery, to what I'm going to do while I'm laying in a couch, semi-bedridden for a while. Somebody's at my front door, and I am here because I can hear my dogs barking their brains off, so I'll make this short. But the emotions do run very high. I tend to be optimistic most of the time, but it's definitely hard. I hope that everything goes smoothly. I don't anticipate any of this stuff going quickly. As nothing does with the medical system. I'm hoping, I checked with my insurance, and Dr. Feigenbaum is in this outside network, so there is some hope there that I won't have as many hurdles to getting access to care with him, as long as they don't